Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
All right, this is from me. Ass on. Ass on in a picture in a newspaper. How is that possible? How is that possible? Ass on flying away.
The newspaper, that's her flying? I thought that was her like...
No, it's her flying away. It is. They go from her flying to they zoom into the paper.
Ass on for the newspaper, the opening line is a gap-toothed. No way. You're talking about a jewelry heist. The first words could be a gap-toothed.
Right.
It's the thief. The thief was gap-toothed.
The gap-toothed thief?
Also, they spelled Bulgaria wrong.
They sure did.
It's a V.
It's a V in there.
Yeah.
Like she does not look like she's about to fly. Look at her face. What is she doing?
I
looks
didn't
like
realize.
she's about to get pulled up by wires.
I thought she was like using like fucking, I don't know.
You thought she was doing that Vince Carter thing after he dunked where she was revving the bicycle or the motorcycle?
Thought she was doing the Soldier Boy.
Frank, play it right now. We got to get that on the soundboard.
Which version, Zach?
The Travis Barker one.
Okay.
CT5, best song.
We got to get that on the soundboard. We got to get the entire Travis Barker rock remix on there.
Yeah, I think that's doable, right?
Can't wait for the D. Reynolds timing on that playing 45 seconds late.
So
Not the kind of guy you'd want to have over.
Yeah, this is when he's talking about Freddie Freeman. And he's talking too much, and she clearly doesn't give a shit.
She's out, yeah.
Like she's completely fucking like just get on with it, man. But he's got to finish this story, which is pretty ass off. Excuse me, pretty ass off story from him.
Talking about the Freddie Freeman, the klepto.
Yeah, yep. Reminded me of Sixto.
Sixto and the kid, the Shermanator in Can't Hardly Wait. Okay. How do you get a High Sweet Annie award while holding a picture?
Yeah.
High Sweet
There's
Annie.
absolutely nothing there.
We're together. Here's my boyfriend.
Here's my boyfriend right here.
Joe Boxer was such a big thing.
Massive.
In the Otsos, man.
Massive.
That was like to have that little strip right there. And then they made women's underwear too.
Yeah.
The chicks were wearing the Joe Boxer.
Women
love that shit.
Look at the Photoshop Otso quality of this ad. As well. His head is a triangle because they cut it out with a straight line.
Yep.
This third woman in the front is from a completely different moment. And even this woman on the right, that might not be her arm.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way that's her arm.
It's not his arm.
Are you
Look at his arm. Look how long his arm is.
It's all so fake.
This is literally cut and paste.
I can't believe they made it into a billboard later.
Incredible.
So I thought, he snuck a little cheek check here. Also, she's talking about how it's a little tight.
Uh-huh.
And then we have to also, I love the architecture. Set dressing in the background. Look at these models.
Cubicles, buildings. Yeah. Plans.
And we go right on over to the real cheek check.
Yeah. So in my version, Maze, I went widescreen so you could see Wanda Sykes leaning her head back.
Oh, my God.
Which is what I was actually going for there. It's so funny. The physical
Wanda
humor.
is right there observing this.
And the look on his face also.
He looks worried.
Do you like what you see? Do you want to touch what you see?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to go out with me? Do you want to fuck me? Bingo. Here's Amin getting off the subway.
Yep.
Going to the gym.
Yeah. Shout out to the guy in the background, by the way.
Absolutely.
He's just
on the left. Reactions. On
the one on the left and the one directly behind him.
Yep.
Those two guys.
Even the guy on the right. Kind of looking up there.
Yeah.
Great crowd work.
What a scarf.
Oh, incredible scarf.
Was that not the point of this? I mean, the scarf?
It was everything. It was the scarf. It was the 3 guys. I thought so later on he would approach the other girl who had the scarf and say, "Oh, we have the same scarf," but no. So you forgot your scarf, but she didn't own a scarf.
I thought about doing this
in real life.
Luke Wilson
warning about sexual harassment. Yes, I don't believe in sexual harassment.
Otto Ferris about sexual harassment in this movie is pretty incredible. Hey, don't kick me in the ass, all right? Wow.
It's a two-way street, okay?
That's a little spin-off maze right there.
Yeah, that sure is. I figured this would be an Amin special.
I'm not laughing at what he said. I'm laughing at the writing of like, what would a guy like that say in this situation?
Right.
I'm laughing at the production design of this art, where they took 2 statues and
just shoved them into each other.
Jammed a mannequin's foot up its butt.
You have to.
From falling. This is
Cuckoo Birdie.
This is Zach at night.
Cockatoo.
And of course, this is Zach during the daytime. This got me, man. This stupid little robo pigeon.
This was so funny. It's actually a really funny touch. Yeah.
This is essentially the extent of Professor Bedlam's hijinks. Is he has this one pigeon.
We had the band.
Yeah, we don't really get into him doing anything other than The Rock and this, right? Yeah. Like we get a little bit in his little lab.
He doesn't do any villainy. He doesn't do any crimes or. I guess he dangles Luke from the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
But that's personal. And I love how this is connected to a extremely 20 bank of small square televisions.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It wasn't even as good as Jack Palance's.
No.
Jack Palance 20 years earlier, 25 years earlier.
Yeah, he was in the future.
Wow. Wow.
He looks like shit in this movie, man.
Yeah, he does.
Terrible.
I wanted to ask you guys during the episode. He wasn't the one to try to commit suicide, right? That was
Owen. Yeah.
All right. So he just Gerard Butlered his life.
How this is 3 years after Old School?
I mean,
Old School 03?
Old School is 2004.
Coming off of his all-time run, which is Legally Blonde, Royal Tenenbaums, Old School. And then Idiocracy, I would say, is his last truly great role.
But Idiocracy was 05.
No,
Idiocracy was the same year as this movie.
Yeah, 06.
Jesus.
Yeah. But he doesn't look like this in Idiocracy.
No.
I mean, he looks like
shot this one after.
Yeah.
Remember when Gerard Butler took off his helmet and we were like, oh, shit.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
His career has always been fascinating to me because Owen was roommates with Wes Anderson at University of Texas, Austin, and Luke was the brother.
Yeah.
Luke considered the lesser actor, right?
Yeah.
I would say so, but he was also a leading man in a bunch of rom-coms, like the Drew Barrymore one.
Right.
Yeah.
He built a pretty solid career out of being the less eccentric Wilson.
What is this?
This is when she's like, you got to say it to shove a chainsaw up your ass. This is him realizing, she's both a superhero and crazy.
She could do it.
She's like, this is
a possibility.
Life-threatening situation. Yeah, this could be really bad.
Real scenario here.
Yeah, this could be real bad.
This is when she discovers the meteor.
Yeah.
You can see the braces cap on her teeth.
Yeah.
So they can fly right off in about
pop right off.
half a second.
We can't see the cameraman though in the reflection of her glasses.
No, we can't.
So.
They are an established gang.
Oh man!
Oh boy!
Cockrum Designs.
That sticker is Married by Christmas levels.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What should we name the architectural firm?
Cockrum.
I know. Cockrum. Is
Wait, how do
anybody
you spell
named Cockrum? Nah.
How do you spell Cockrum? Like
cock and rum.
Oh, okay.
A rum and cock.
What was the? I keep forgetting. What was the movie where they pulled up in the car and they had like the zoo.
Tammy?
It was just a printed out paper. Yeah, Tammy
and the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yep. With the emaciated lion.
Yeah.
Stock footage.
Jesus Christ.
She's really going to town on that finger, man.
She had to get the wood out.
Gotta get that wood out. Gotta suck it out.
Ass off. For him and the guy in the background.
The guy in the back was concerned
Ass
watching
off.
the news.
Yeah.
That Maze wants to be muted for some reason.
Yeah. Both of them are ass off.
I don't want it to be muted. I didn't understand what kind of restaurant would have that. Would have TV news during dinner time.
I think this scene is so funny. Yeah, completely ass
We're
off.
not done with it yet.
Ass off. She's like watching this interaction between these two, trying to figure out why the fuck this is so weird.
This is the go-to move for Anna Faris. This is every scary movie. She's doing
so
this
good
face.
at this reaction.
He was like that in Observe and Report.
Yeah.
She gave us that same look. So this is as they're walking away to the next station. He kicks the exercise ball that he was humping on. He was just air humping before, but he kicks it like with a back heel flip, it right into the path of this poor woman who's just walking through the gym. I fucking laughed
when you sent this. At first, I thought it was because of the blurry hand. Because I didn't remember the exercise ball kick.
Yeah.
And I said, oh no, where's Amin taking us?
Oh boy. Tammy and T-Rex hand.
Wait, you're doing the Zach thing, which is you are now like you guys are. You know what you guys are? You guys are like Chat GPT. You're just fucking like, hey, what's a joke Amin would make, and then you just fucking pull some bullshit out and say, yeah, this is the kind of jokes Amin makes.
I acknowledge what you're saying.
Unbelievable.
However,
I don't.
It was a reaction to a picture
bullshit.
you sent.
It's right. This is all because
I'm
of
trying
you.
to figure out why you sent the picture, and that was my gut reaction.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you are formulating a joke, looking at the picture, like, what's the funny thing here? You basically have to say, what would Amin find funny? That's what you guys are doing. But it's not what I find funny.
Because of the Mike Dexter in you.
What? Man, dude.
Mike, just this, been there. I have been
also
there,
ass
man.
off.
Completely
ass off.
Yeah, ass off.
It.
Also
look
been
at the
there.
wig.
Also, the response always, Zach, is I didn't call you crazy. I said you're acting crazy. I'm criticizing the action, not the person.
Also, we'll be there again someday.
Yep.
Someday.
Sure.
Later.
Maybe tonight. Who knows?
Classic Wanda.
She is fantastic in this movie.
Now, the what that she does is ADR.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
But then when they go reverse angle, they give us, what did you just call me? Yeah.
And his answer is just like, huh? What? I don't know. Because he's not paying attention. He's just looking for G Girl.
Yeah.
I just figured we can use this for responses in the group chat in the future. That was really the only reason I clipped this.
Yep. It'll live forever.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of a sequence here because I liked Luke Wilson's hand talking.
Yeah.
He does the double point.
Yep.
Doing the Brian Windhurst.
Follows that up with the
Hands.
And he does the emphasis. I am broadcasting my shout to you.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah, that's great. Well, he looks a lot better there. Well, not there. He's got a dick on his face. But
You got dick
I
on
thought
your
it said
forehead.
pick at first. And I was like, pick? That doesn't make sense.
pick what?
And I realized, yeah.
Suck you.
Tiger?
I mean, this shit, dude.
I mean, come on, Sharknado. Ass fucking.
It looks like a puppet in the corner of the screen.
It looks plush.
A hand puppet.
It's plush. That's velvet.
Hold on, Mace. You just got someone with a sock on their hand.
Fucking Jim Henson in the corner there.
And him, his lack of athleticism as he
Yeah.
shibby shake jukes this fucking
They
shark.
don't have a lot of options to run this scene here.
I was trying to take the freeze frame of his dive out of the way, but it wasn't quite doing it justice. This shark whiffs the lunge so bad.
I mean, it's a shark out of water, man. What do you expect?
Do you think she had a pep talk with the shark to discuss the game plan?
Had to have.
Of course.
Absolutely.
The shark clearly was going after him.
Yeah.
This is
Had nothing to
specific.
do with Anna. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jigo
Okay.
Shrine.
Gonna remind you, a lot of this stuff is when this person was a teenager.
Yeah.
This is an Ope shrine. This is
Yep.
weird. Mm-hmm. This man is in his late 30s.
We got one picture of her as an adult or two. I
Everything
guess,
else is high school.
Everything else is her in high school.
Cheerleader
Down to the
uniform.
Cheerleader outfit. And that's creepy.
This is not
He
okay.
is flip side, he is a super villain. It's more villainous than this.
Well, yeah, this is the ultimate villainy, I guess.
Right? Again, this is the great writing.
Careful.
It's like Luke Wilson at the art museum, at the art
Gong
gallery.
that. Yeah, well, just hit the gong right now. I don't
Speaking
wanna-
of,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously, earlier I wanted to take pictures of all the art pieces, but I got too lazy. Then this came back around, and I said, "Oh, great!" The curled up in the fetal position on the ground. Then I saw the other one, and I said,
ninja.
"That's
Oh
the
my
ninja."
God.
from
I
American
didn't see
Ninja
that.
2.
I didn't notice that
Yep.
once.
Yep,
Oh, fuck.
coming out. The arms still straight out, man.
That's ninja work 101.
and
Oh
that's
my
Groot's
God.
arm
That is great.
on
Yes.
the left. And
I am
the
Groot.
fetal position on the floor is the substance.
Or the crying game.
I'm from Denver.
Oh yeah,
Jesus Christ.
this is right
He
after
looks like
she
this.
said,
Quagmire. Looks like
That's why
Quagmire.
I didn't. But also, said, that's why I didn't kill you. And he goes,
I'm thinking that maybe you guys didn't catch this one because it was quick and no one mentioned it and no one sent the photo. She throws the van. It lands in
know.
a restaurant.
No. I did catch that, and I just didn't go back, and I didn't want to go back because I
put the note.
I
in
had
there.
it on. I was watching on my iPad, and then I had it on. I had to go back and like capture all the pictures on my TV.
Right.
So when I went back, I remembered that. And I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna. I had to scroll awkwardly. So, but no, I did think of that. That's great.
They snuck this
They
one
sure
in
did.
here.
Yeah, it's half a second.
That's a fat duck surprise, man.
Yeah. One word away from or one letter away from.
Great Thursday night for Zach. In WeHo.
There's so many
Day-
letters that you
daytime.
could put in.
Daytime. Be respectful.
And I had to give some love to
Uncle
Uncle
Jack.
Jack. Ass off right here.
Super ass
The
off.
bed
Oh my God.
comes crashing through the
Oh
wall.
my God.
And he's in his recliner. And then also ass off again as he stands up. Look at him.
Delroy Linden Ward.
His hands, little hands.
Oh my God. All in a day's work. What a great performance.
Doesn't he ask him, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Come on,
What
Uncle
were
Jack.
you doing?
What were you doing?
Super sex. You didn't notice from the first time the bed slammed into the wall?